Good evening, Ranger fans from the White Bear Lake Den. Is that what they call the stadium?
We are in the Bear Den.
We're in the Bear Den.
The enemy Bear Den.
Alrighty.
I'm Joel Geist.
I'm Noah Casa, and here we are. Forest Lake versus White Bear Lake. Battle for the Paddle 2025. It's going to be an electric game. I can't wait.
Absolutely. We are about to do the anthem, so
we will also just one time quick give the
look at this.
Jill delivering passes in White Bear Lake.
All right, so we're gonna have a great game tonight. A lot to look forward to. We got some solid defense here that we got some solid defensive numbers that we're gonna probably go over after the anthem.
Real quick, we should just point out the fact that we normally do on away games that we are currently in the bleachers, so there's a lot of background noise.
Right.
That we have to deal with. However, we do with it the best we can.
And also, the Bear Den is extremely loud right over the top of us. They have a speaker that's very close. So all we can do is apologize for
I think honestly we're in the best spot to be as far as any farther one side or the other, we'd be right under the speaker.
Yeah, it's a little rough right now.
But luckily during the game there won't be much but the overhead announcer talking.
Which could be a lot from what we've seen pre-game.
A lot. Yeah, that's true. They've been talking all night. We're going to be getting the anthem here in a second.
Yeah,
it looks like.
I kind of didn't really want to get into any of the thoughts and
we got a whole game to talk about that.
In stats while we're waiting for the anthem, because we always get cut off by the anthem, and then we have a problem. So a big thanks to everybody that's tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Click that bell. You'll know when we post and when we're going up. Also, if you have not checked out the podcast, we have a podcast that comes out Thursdays. It's a recap of the prior week's game and a look forward to the next week's game, all spattered in with a lot of stuff from the conference and 6A in general, especially in the top 5 that we're looking for, because Forest Lake is doing very well and in the top 5.
All right, here we go. We're going to toss you over to the anthem. Sorry about that feedback there, folks. That's why we dropped the mic halfway through the anthem there, but we are ready to go. Let's get it.
All right.
I'm excited. We got a high-powered Forest Lake football team coming in here tonight. We got plenty of stats to go over throughout the night, but we can start off with a couple here while we wait for the kickoff. But we mentioned it last week. Bobby Tumakung is leading 6A in interceptions with 4. Could have had 5. He blames himself. Talked about that. Forest Lake is second in 6A with the most points scored, 156. There's 5 behind Minnetonka. We are second in rushing yards in 6A, 1 yard behind Minnetonka.
Nice, solid.
Um,
one quick note. My over-under number was not listed in the podcast. Over-under number for tonight.
Yeah, get it in.
55.
55 is what you're going for.
55.
All right. I like it.
Had to get it in before kickoff. Sorry.
Well, all bets will be final here in about 30 seconds.
Right.
The
Going
Rangers,
once, going twice.
the Rangers will be kicking off tonight, going south to north.
Yeah,
The Bears will be going north-south.
A little bit of crosswind, so it's really
Not too much.
really not going to favor too much of anybody. It's basically going away from you as you're looking at the screen. So basically from the Rangers side to the White Bear side is the direction of the wind.
Tumakung with a good kick into the end zone. That'll bounce in for a touchback, and that is where the White Bear Bears will set up. Animasan will be the quarterback leading out. Animasan, sorry. Leading out the Bears. I can get to my stats here.
All right, and we got the Ranger Wrecking Crew out there, led by Howie Johnson, who is leading the conference in sacks, you said?
He is tied.
So tied with the lead with
12. Yep.
12, which is solid. So
Animasan, 3 receivers to his right, 1 down low to his left. White in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. White up the middle to start. Runs right into the Ranger Wrecking Crew. Gain of a couple.
So White's a little bit of a bigger back. It looks like we're going to have to definitely wrap up and hold on, wait for the other Ranger Wrecking Crew to show up, which this linebacking crew is very, very adept at. So it is something that against other teams, White may be super, super successful. He might see some problems against the Forest Lake Ranger defense, which leads. Was second in 6A or leads in tackles for loss?
Howie leads
Oh, okay.
in tackles for loss.
Pass by Anita.
Nearly intercepted by Westman. And that's something with Animasan. He's got an arm, but his accuracy is not always where it needs to be. He's also a very mobile quarterback that when he feels pressure, especially early on in games, he tends to look to run before he looks to pass. Later in the game, he'll quiet down and look downfield for receivers. But regardless, even when he is looking, his accuracy has been a hindrance this year.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like on that throw it was more about a timing because he didn't put a lot on it. It was just like he didn't have the timing down of his receiver.
Animasan over the middle. He's got Brian White. That's going to be a first down for the Rangers and a gain of a couple more.
And that right there is going to be the problem.
First down for the Bears, excuse me.
When you can get it to White in space, he's going to be a bigger guy, a lot tougher to bring down for the defensive backs.
Yeah, he's definitely a force out of the backfield, in the backfield. Regardless, arm tackles are not the way you're going to bring a running back like him down. He is a very built 5'9", 173. Animasan on first down takes a snap, looks to run. Gets past the first line and winds up in the Rangers secondary. The ball going to be marked just about a yard short of the first down.
That looked like a little bit of holding on Howie there. He turned and tried to get to him and definitely got held up.
Second down.
Second and short here for the Bears. Now, they lost to Eastridge last week. Their first drive, where I guess, I don't know how much of it is done in high school, but I guess you can say the Vikings are very good at scoring, or have been very decent at scoring on their first drive when the plays are scripted.
Right.
And then when it all becomes situational, that's when it gets difficult for this team to...
Well, this team has shown against Anoka and Prior Lake that they are very susceptible to a strong running game. And there it is on the outside.
Brian White breaks outside. Tomakung able to bring him down just across the 50-yard line.
However, once the field gets compressed, very much like the Vikings defense, they are very good in the red zone and have not given up a lot of touchdowns.
Well, and stats are also skewed a little bit from the last two games that we played, but the Rangers are only allowing, on average, 80 rushing yards a game to their opponent. So a pretty stout rushing defense here for the Ranger Wrecking Crew. We've been with them all season long. We know that. But this White Bear run game is definitely something that probably one of the better rushing offenses that we've seen so far throughout the season.
Yeah, I think Prior Lake gave us a run for our money on the ground.
Yep.
Anoka kind of shocked us a little bit. They were more of a passing offense and went to the run. That run is up the middle for about 4. And, that's what White Bear Lake is going to try and do. They're going to try and slow the ball down, get a long, sustained drive, maybe tire out the defense a little bit, which is, if you're going to run it every time, you're definitely going to be a lot more tired in the trenches.
Yeah. I think that's definitely something that I watched on film, was this team slowing down a little bit in the second half. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I'm still very confident here. Anima-san out of the pistol, takes a snap, looks to pass, now runs. Right side, tries to go airborne, wouldn't do that. Tomakung brings him down, gain of a couple. It's going to bring up third down.
That was a great job. That was a great job by Tomakung there, just hanging on, because he tried to hurdle him, and Tomakung had a strong hold of his leg and couldn't get away. He saved about half the distance to the first down just by him hanging on and wrapping up really hard there.
White Bear so far this season is 22% on third down.
Taking quite a bit of time here.
Still got plenty of it, but yes, they're taking their sweet time. They run a no huddle, which can be decent for trying to tire out a defense, but when it takes that long to get a play in.
Right, you're at 7 seconds on the play clock here. Get it off.
Handoff White, right side. And he's going to be stood up by a whole group of Rangers.
And that's going to be short by about 2 yards.
Fourth down coming up for the Bears. And we'll see what they decide to do here. Anima-san is also their punter.
Fourth and about 4 still, they're calling it?
It gets about 4th and 3. They don't have the down and distance. Yeah, 4th and 3.
Okay.
Looks like the Bears are keeping the offense out, trying to get up on the Rangers here. Still taking a ton of time to get the play call in.
Well, this is the thing. I think that this is part of their game plan. They saw the 52s and 50s to 0 and didn't want, if they're going to take as much time. Timeout Forest Lake, it looks like.
Timeout Forest Lake.
This would be a big fourth down. If the Rangers can stop them here and force a turnover on downs, Ranger offense comes out. If we can score on that first drive, it's a lot of momentum swinging one way. And especially if we can score fast.
Right. I think they were kind of more so trying to do the hard count there. And B-Scout wanted them to be ready for the hard count, which burning a timeout this early is usually never a solid plan, but with the way that the games have been going, sometimes the first quarter, just to make sure that you get the game on track the right way, it's not a bad idea, especially when, last 2 games we've gone into halftime with 3 timeouts in the bag. So
True. All right, well, I think that this game is going to be a huge momentum game with this conference rivalry here. I think it's one of the best rivalries that Forest Lake has in any sport is Forest Lake and White Bear, in all sports, but football especially.
just because of the lakes? The lakes like to fight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Prior Lake fits in the
Well, now it does. Newest rivalry, we called it earlier. Anima's son takes a snap, looks to pass. Now he's going to run.
Oh, that's a hold.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. Bears turn it over on downs, and the Rangers take over. Exactly what you want for the Rangers, and Howie was definitely held.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly what you pointed out, but
Yeah.
I was pointing out Howie was definitely held on that one.
I guess that's the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those times you gotta talk to
Well,
officials. You gotta know where the stars are beginning of the game, because those are going to be where your easily penalty calls come in.
well, I'm sure B-Scow has said something about that, and that's also one of the things that he was getting a.
Johnson keeps on first down. Going to be a gain of 6 on the play.
Partially the reason why B-Scow got a couple of penalties on him earlier, because he was
We have had some sideline penalties.
and that was more so probably due to pointing out penalties that they missed.
Probably. Johnson works out of the pistol. Jerkovich behind him. Couple receivers to each side. Johnson hands off to Mack for the first time
Gets
tonight.
the
Around
edge.
the outside. First down.
Nice
and a tough
stiff arm.
down the sideline.
They're not going to call that face mask, are they?
No, I think they might get Mack for a personal foul after the play.
There's a flag on the play.
Perfect time for my left eye to start twitching here. Right as we started, I got to watch a game to be able to call it. And
Looks like it's going to be a first and then a 15-yarder.
so a dead ball foul. I think Jerkovich and the defender were jawing a little bit, and kid kind of got up in Mack's face. I believe Mack maybe gave a shove that he probably wishes he had back at this point. So, well, no, it's not a dead ball because now it's second down still.
Yeah, I'm not.
Handoff Mack up the middle.
And
Hit
gonna
and
get about
dropped.
3, maybe 2.
We gotta get Diesel going here early.
Yeah, I mean, Forest Lake Freightliners should be able to take advantage of this White Bear Lake defensive line. They are lining up a little bit further back, so
They've crept up a little bit closer this week, but there's still a fair amount off the ball from where you normally see defensive linemen line up.
I mean, the thing is like with a running offense. Oh,
Pass
nice.
out, Mack
Jerkovich.
across the 50, 45, 40 down the sideline. He's got a couple of blocks. They're going to call a penalty. It's coming back. Touchdown Rangers. But they're going to get Micah Savaggio on the outside.
That you just didn't need to do that. Mack was already almost by him. I mean, that right there, of bad penalties, that one is just a penalty you don't need to.
Correct.
Like, he's by, and if that player if that defensive back is going to get a chance to tackle Mack, he's still probably not going to.
Holding, Forest Lake.
So that takes 6 points off the board for the Rangers.
So it's going to be a spot foul, so it should have been at like the 15, I think.
And I think they called it on Savaggio, who was standing about the 25.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the number, but there was somebody else that held on the 15 too, so.
I believe that might have been Westman who was out in front. Regardless, it's a first down for the Rangers, so a net positive play.
Absolutely.
First down. We would have liked the 6.
But limiting penalties is one of the things that definitely needs to happen for this Forest Lake Rangers offense and team as we get closer to the playoffs.
Johnson takes the snap, option, pitch out to Jurkovic, cuts back, tries to spin out of a tackle. He's going to be taken down for about a loss of 1.
It's a solid tackle by Teddy St. Martin. Got a hold of Mack and just didn't let go. Sniffed it out perfectly.
St. Martin.
Number 8.
11. Oh, we got 2 St. Martins, Teddy and Nathaniel.
Yeah.
All right, Johnson and the Rangers, 2nd down and 11. Handoff, Jurkovic, left side, runs into a wall of defenders and is taken down, gains 1. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, you know what distance we're at?
Bears fans, it's 3rd down.
It's about time for Rayfield to get a 32-yard reception.
I thought you were about to say something about Onyewango. I was like, he's kicked a 60 in practice, but I ain't sure about that.
We're about the spot where Rayfield gets a 32-yard reception.
Johnson takes the snap, rolls right, looks to pass, steps up, throws downfield. He's got a receiver. Incomplete is going to be the call. So now a 4th and long.
Yeah, you just got to go for it here. Trust your defense. And, normally you'd probably kick this. Punt it. But in this
could be a Johnson
here,
Pooch punt.
It could be.
We've seen that once.
It also could be a hard count that, hey, get 5 yards closer and got a much better shot. Also might bring you into field goal range.
True. We'll see what they dial up. 4th and 9. Johnson.
Ooh, almost got him.
Takes a snap, looks to pass, throws downfield. He's got Durago. First down, Rangers.
And that'll move the chains for the Rangers. Durago, solid catch in space.
Pass is complete to number 0.
Kazmachek on the play.
Vincent Kazmachek. That's the defender that I talked to you pregame about.
Yep.
He's the big bright spot on that defensive line. He finds himself in the backfield a decent amount, and he's in on a lot of tackles for these guys.
I believe he is Dr. Kazmachek's son, the superintendent of White Bear Lake.
Oh, there you go. Johnson keeps himself left side. Had a small hole. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe gains a half a foot, but not much doing there on that one.
2nd down.
Oh. We're going to spot him gain of 2 yards. It's better than half a foot.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird to, a lot of these plays that we think are no gain, we're judging from where the defensive line and the offensive line mesh. And if they're giving us a yard.
Well, we're also at a weird angle here, too.
But it is a little bit different looking at this White Bear defense that's lined up nowhere close to the neutral zone.
Johnson looks to pass, throws downfield. He's got
open.
Mack open, caught.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Rangers.
The
Johnson
Diesel.
with a beautiful ball.
Pass is complete to number 2.
The deuce was not loose. He was loose in the open.
I think Johnson almost looked for that ball a little too early.
Yeah. That was the timing was off. I mean, Jurkovic had all day back there because he was so far behind everybody, and Johnson just kind of laid that up, and Jurkovic was kind of
Rangers line up for 2.
trying to run under it.
They've done this a handful of times the past couple of weeks.
But this is not the weird look that we've had.
Johnson sidearm, Savageau, 2 points. Rangers up 8-0.
That was more of a traditional two-point look. The last 2 games, they did that weird formation just to see if the other team was ready.
They still did a weird formation. It just looked a lot more normal because
Yeah.
we had.
You had 3 wide. You had 3 wides that were
but
within 5.
I don't think you saw the numbers on the 3 wides. Split out wide, we had Jack Shilgren and Logan Speckle with Durago behind him.
Okay.
And our left tackle and guard on that play looked to be Westman, and I didn't see the other number. But we had.
Yeah, but that looks like you're just trying to either run a screen to Durago.
Probably, yeah.
Because Speckle and Shilgren are both your left tackles there. I mean, your left and right tackle, and definitely have the meats, as RBs would say, on that side of the line.
I saw them split out too. I was like, they're running a normal offensive play, and then I caught the numbers of who was out there. I'm like, never mind. This is more bizarre B-scout trickery for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, this low angle is kind of weird. It's harder to see the numbers from this low angle.
Tamakung with another touchdown. Could I be more wrong on a play call? Onyuwango for a touchback, not Tamakung for a touchdown. Excuse me. So we'll see what the Ranger Wrecking Crew can do now that the Bears are down 8.
Well, now is when it really gets a lot easier for this defense. When it's 0-0 and all of a sudden you don't know what the offense is going to do, you can see, hey, we probably got a solid advantage, and you can kind of pin your ears back and get deeper on the rushes. Maybe take a few more chances than you would if in a 0-0 game.
Blitz a backer or two.
Yep.
Enema hands off. White.
Great job by Dagerstrom there.
Not
AJ
going anywhere.
Dagerstrom with a tackle for a loss. Didn't lose about 3 yards.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 12.
Second down.
And now, see the Rangers score. We got some swagger to us. Now the Rangers so
Start
far
playing
this year have
downhill.
been a huge momentum team.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I was talking about. It's a lot easier to play downhill when you have a lead. And, it's just like the Vikings game when it started to stack up on the Bengals. Everything just went a lot easier as, through the second quarter. And, that's very much how the Rangers play.
Enema drops to pass, rolls right. Going to have to run it himself down the sideline, avoids a couple of tackles. And a big gain for the quarterback. Rangers got to tackle a little bit better there.
Yeah, the edge contain just kind of fell apart there. Enema kind of dropped back and went around the coverage, and the tackle there still was doing a pretty solid job of just engaging Howie, so he couldn't get around him. So it was a great scramble by Enema there just to get the edge, because he had to go 6-7 yards deep just to get back around the edge.
It was also a great play by Westman to shed his block and keep contained to the sideline.
Yep.
And force him out of bounds. Enema keeps himself going left. Howie nearly got him in the backfield, but this is going to be a gain of 5. That's the thing with him. He's fast.
Yeah,
Tommy
he's fast,
is fast.
And this is the kind of quarterback that really can give Forest Lake Rangers fits, because he's fast enough, and you know what? When he tucks it, he's not looking to pass at all.
No. And the only positive is throughout the season, when he has pulled up to throw, he makes I was telling you before the game, he seems to make the right decision, but the accuracy just isn't there on the ball. The touch on the ball is not what it needs to be, and he ends up having a lot of errant throws. Last year, he threw 3 interceptions against the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe the secondary is probably chomping at the bit to get him to throw, so they can try and, in Tamakung's case, pad stats,
right?
and continue his dominance.
Well, I'm going to hope that that Howie can definitely get some more pressure and maybe add to that sack total.
Second and 5 coming up for the Rangers.
We got A.J. Wiley in at nose tackle. Schleif and Howie Johnson are your defensive ends.
Anima-san takes a snap, keeps himself. Howie
There it is.
takes him down in the backfield. That'll back him up 5.
I guess all I had to do was ask for one.
3rd and long coming up for the Rangers.
Sack by Howie Johnson.
Third down.
Adds to the total.
Adds to the total.
I don't know how.
That one might get scored as a rush, even though that was kind of a blown option play, it looks like.
I'd say it was play action. He was dropping a pass.
Well, I mean, I would say that too, but
That's my
only
humble
because
opinion.
only because I want Howie to get another sack.
Anima-san drops to throw.
Oh, there's
Screen set up with White. He's going to be close to the first down. I think he got it. Depends on where they mark it. He's going to be close. We got a Ranger down.
well. If you look at the shoulder pads of Schleif there, you can definitely tell that there was a hold there. That
Didn't get called.
when people have to put your shoulder pads back in, usually that means that there was a little grabbing.
1st and 10 for the Bears. Anima-san out of the shotgun, no running backs, 5 receivers. Looks to throw, quick pass. He's got a receiver pulled down quickly by the Ranger second line.
It's gonna be about 4 for the first down.
Looked like it was
2nd and 4.
Second down.
last check in on the tackle.
And Howie and Schleif have been swapping sides back and forth. I think it's not sure whose call it is, but they might be going strong side, weak side.
Anima-san on 2nd and short. Looks to throw, chased by the Rangers, taken down for a big sack.
That's Schleif and A.J. Dagerstrom, I believe. Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't see the second number, but 33, A.J. Dagerstrom. Great job. And that's the thing. They're trying to swap between Schleif and Howie, and both of them, they've kind of both had a lot of pressure on both sides. So them swapping back and forth, and you know, the guys never knowing who's coming. Do you get power rush or do you get speed? You know, that's it. It's really tough to block against.
It's a great 1-2 punch we got there on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Anima-san out of the shotgun. Looks to pass. Pressure. Ball. Incomplete.
Had Colin Christensen and Tomakung on the coverage there. It's pretty solid coverage.
He was looking for Byron White, the freshman. He is up there on the catches and yards for receivers for White Bear, but through film, his hands are just not as consistent as I think the Bears would like them to be.
Yeah.
And there, that one goes through the mitts and brings up 4th down, and the Bears look to punt. Roan. Deep to receive, high spiraling kick. Fair catch at the 7. And that's where the Rangers will set up deep in their own field position. Let's watch this offense go to work. We got 8:40 left
All right.
in the second quarter. I didn't change anything on the scoreboard, just realizing. Sorry about that.
Once again, we are in the stands, and you know what? I will have a huge thanks to Brian for coming on out to take the video away from me while I'm announcing, which is very difficult to do because you cannot look at numbers. And
It's hard to try and get a good call through an
right,
LED
like,
screen.
Hey, I can see nothing through a 2.5-inch LCD screen.
Johnson takes the snap, handoff, Durago right side, met at the line with a wall of Bears.
You know what? This one looks like it might get a little chippy after
Oh, you think it won't?
halftime.
It's White Bear and Forest Lake, buddy.
Yep, I'm just saying. It's going to get a little chippy.
2nd and 10.
Second down.
Well, the first series we had a personal foul already called for some extracurriculars. Johnson.
It's not the first one that he's had. He
Quick
doesn't
throw,
back
Micah
down.
Savaggio. Outside, it looked like he had a ton of room out here to the left side, but cuts back in and is taken down after a gain of 1.
Mac doesn't back down, and that's what you want in a running back. So
100%.
it's fine.
1 or 2 of those every once in a while ain't going to hurt you too much, especially when you score later on in the drive.
You
All it
gotta
did was take more time off the clock.
right. You gotta watch. You gotta watch it though. Once we're later in the season, it
That's true.
really starts to matter. You can't get into that habit.
So it looks like Savaggio actually lost a yard, half a yard on that last play. 3rd down, Johnson rolls to pass, gets past the
got a
blitz,
lane.
has a lane, trying to get close to a first down. They're going to mark him just short. And
Looks like it's going to be about a yard.
if they mark it right on the line, it's going to be a foot. And it looks like the offense lines up to go for it. We'll see if they actually choose to do so.
I don't know. If I had Durago in there, I would just run it right up the A gap. Looks like they're trying to do hard count.
B-Scow's going to take as much time as he wants and call a timeout. Playing the clock game early. Timeout Forest Lake.
I don't know. I think I might have just daggered that one.
Well, with the way that they line up, under center, just a quarterback sneak, you don't even need the tush push.
Yeah.
The Bears are giving you the yard.
And I mean, our offensive line is more than capable of a solid push of a yard, especially when they're giving you a yard.
Correct.
From their homestyle burgers, wings, and sandwiches to daily
4th and 1, looks like the Rangers are going to punt. So we'll see if Anyongo can flip some field position here. He's had a pretty good season punting. He had one miraculous one at Anoka that went close to 80 with the roll.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have just trusted Tristan Bodine and Xavier Lopez.
Yeah.
Just find a little, just do the old snap it and find a little crease. Ooh, that one
Punt.
partially blocked.
Yeah, looks like they may have gotten a finger on it. This one's going to keep rolling for the Rangers and will be stopped at the 49 of the Rangers. White Bear will start out in plus field position. A little too long on the step up there for the punt.
Yeah.
I probably would have tried to get that one off a little quicker.
Also, it looks like the snap hung up a little bit.
Yeah. But White Bear has really not had a huge answer. They've had a handful of good plays that they've ripped off, but they haven't had a huge answer for the Ranger Wrecking Crew yet tonight. So I don't mind.
All right, setting up at the 50.
Enemason, handoff, White up the middle, stopped after a gain of 2 Howie Johnson in on the tackle, as well as a handful of other Rangers.
Cullen Christensen was there.
Ball is carried by number 26, Brian White III.
Second down, 8 to go.
So, what a beautiful night for football.
Oh,
huh?
fantastic.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Beautiful sunset back over the bleachers.
Yeah, that bad moon rising.
Second and 8. Animason. Handoff, White again up the middle.
Wow. It's a solid job of White there, finding the crease. Just found the crease, got solid positive yardage. Looks like he's going to fall about a yard short, maybe?
Third down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. Now's about the time for a Ranger sack. Bears taking their sweet time getting a play in.
Loomis checks in as middle linebacker. Loomis seems to be the big gap stopper coming in 3rd down.
Handoff, White up the middle. He's going to fall forward, 1st down.
Ball carried by number 26, Brian White III. For a Bears, 1st down.
So I'll give the Bears credit where credit's due. They're getting these short yardage run plays. They are getting a pretty decent push.
Yep.
The pass protection just leaves a lot to be desired, though.
I mean, if I was a Bears coach and saw the first part of this game, I would say that we are not going to pass the ball at all.
Correct.
But if the Rangers score one more time, then you have to pass the ball in order to try and get a chance at getting in the game. But the Rangers here are looking for a quick turnaround.
Amason drops to pass. Receiver downfield, ball out, incomplete.
Westman streaking over, trying to make a play on the ball.
Good coverage all the way downfield.
He closed the gap. And that was another thing. So that ball did have a little bit of an arc on it. You had 2 guys there. He was throwing into double coverage, and Westman had time to come off of his man and streak across and try and like, if he would have caught that, Westman would have been there just to absolutely light him up.
Well, and that's one of those plays for the Bears that you got to take back to the drawing board and wonder why you got 2 receivers in the exact same spot. You almost kind of gave the Rangers triple coverage. I mean, at least a 3-on-2 down there, and I like our odds with the way that our secondary has played so far. 2nd and 10. Bears look to pass again. Throw quick over the middle. Late flag comes in. So that'll be 15 yards tacked onto the end of that one. We're going to get some sort of horse collar face mask.
I think it was a face mask. Westman tried to go and make a play on the ball, and I think his hand got caught in his face mask. Because that was almost a picked house right there.
Correct. I didn't see exactly what the hand signal was there on. Was a face mask.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll take that penalty every time because that was Westman trying to be aggressive and making a play on the ball. He just accidentally got caught. He got caught. Got caught with his hand right in the face mask there. Looked like it was going to be about half the distance to the goal for the penalty.
1st and 10 Bears. Handoff, White tripped up right at the point of the handoff. That's 22 for the Rangers. Derek Loomis. Like you talked about, coming in and plugging holes up. He got through there and took him down easy.
Right.
Second down.
Positive play for the defense here on this drive as the Bears have been kind of marching on us. Second down and 12. The Bears able to get a first down on the 2. You hope at the very least this, at the very most, excuse me, that this ends up as 3 points for the Bears. Look out for Anima's Son to be running here inside the 20. Handoff, White eaten
stacked up.
Loss of a couple more for the Bears. Ranger Wrecking Crew, Loomis in
Loomis, Life, and
third down.
Not sure the other number.
A host of other tacklers.
Host of other tacklers. We need the spotting.
We do.
Spotting scope.
I think
you
I
got it.
I think
got it
I don't
today?
have the scope, but I believe I brought. Yeah, I do. Here you go.
Oh, we got
I got the Knox.
the old Binox.
You have to get those all calibrated in, but
Oh yeah.
with the way that the Bears have been calling plays today, I think you got time.
Yeah, I got plenty of time.
Anima-san on 3rd and long. Timeout, White Bear.
Timeout. Bears.
A minute 30 left in the half. Bears trying to put something on the scoreboard before halftime. They got a kicker that kicks extra points, but I don't know what his official range is at. The Coon Rapids game that I saw, he was barely getting it over the crossbar on extra points, so I don't know if this is field goal position for the Bears right now.
Yeah, I mean, high school kickers, it's a big question mark of where you're at. And also, like, if there is a range in which you might not have a long snapper and a holder that can, handle it, and it doesn't matter the range.
Well, and keeping the Wrecking Crew out there, I mean, that's going to be applied pressure.
Yep.
The PA announcer pumping up the crowd on 3rd and long in front of the student section. Not a great call. Anima-san, 3rd and 15.
That could have been a false start right there.
Rolls
Howie
to
Johnson
run.
with pressure.
Howie. Throw downfield, incomplete.
Great job by
long.
Durago. Good coverage.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 25, Adrian Eicher.
So now what do the Bears do?
4th down.
Well, looks like they're keeping the offense out. Oh nope. Anima-san's heading to the kicker, comes out.
All right, well, we'll see what they got for a leg here. It's going to be Lincoln Baca.
Looks like we have picked up a little bit more on the wind.
Kick is up. And they do got a kicker with a leg. That one's through.
Yeah. That one's through. That one would have been good from 20 more.
So 1:16, and the score draws a little closer, 3-8 Rangers on top. But now with 1:16, we'll see what B-Scout can do. I'm guessing a heavy dose of Mac, just knowing that he can pop off at just about any point that he wants to.
Right. I mean, what was it, the Prior Lake game where we're like, yeah, he's probably content to
20 seconds to half.
Yep, and Mac takes a house call at 60 yards.
Well, how about Roney taking one back here?
Yeah. We have not seen a kickoff return in a while from the Forest Lake Rangers.
Did Mac have one last year? Or are we going all the way back to Cole Brisboy?
I think Brisboy might have been the last one.
Give me something to check on this week in the stats. See
Actually,
what our last
no, didn't
return touchdown was.
Uh,
I think McPhee had one that came close, but I don't think he made it all the way down. I think he got taken down at like the 5. Could be wrong.
Who's the
short kick? Roney will take it at the 11.
Oh, here we
Come
go.
out left. He's got a
lane.
crease. Comes back down to about the 45. 35, excuse me.
Who was the returner slash DB a year before McPhee?
Was that Thill?
No. I think he went to Bemidji.
Not sure.
Can't remember.
Rangers have the ball, 1st and 10, just over a minute to play in the half. Johnson looks to pass, has Jerkovic.
In space, and
gets out of bounds.
Two. Passes complete to number two, Jerkovic.
Gain of 6, maybe 7.
so it looks like B-Scout is going to attempt a drive here, which this is.
We haven't seen one
This
so
is
far.
a great.
I like the calls.
Well, this is a great time to test that under 3 minutes, under 2 minute drill. This White Bear Lake defense has shown that they have been, fairly decent.
Johnson scrambles, picks up the 1st down.
And that'll stop the clock, and then so you don't have to get out of bounds in high school. You just have to get a 1st down. It will stop the clock
until the ball's set.
Until the ball is set. Once it's set, then it will roll.
Rangers on the ball, set up, ready to run another play. Johnson rolls left to throw, steps under the pressure, throw downfield, nearly brought in by Savageau. Incomplete.
Intended for number 13, Micah Savageau. There is a flag on the play.
Holding in the backfield. If that's the case, I'm thinking it's probably going to be 2 gives to Mac and head to half. Not even 1.
I don't think that'll change it.
You don't think 1st and 20 is a bit different than 1st and 10?
What's the difference? You still got to get.
Repeat,
You still got to get to the end zone in 5 plays.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do. Johnson does look to pass. Quick screen to DJ. Across the 50.
Call timeout. Call timeout, Brad.
Short of the 1st.
Pass is complete to number 1, DJ Westman.
Looks like Brad did call his timeout.
There is a flag in the play.
Flag on the play.
No, timeout. Oh, he's got the ball in his hand. There must have been a flag.
Yeah,
on
I
the play.
thought the announcer just said flag on the play.
Roughing the passer.
Oh,
On the Bears.
oh, we'll take it.
We'll
Get
take
that
a
15 back. So now, playbook's wide open.
32 seconds
32.
to go. Exactly the reason why 1st and 20 doesn't matter.
There you go. I stand corrected. Johnson works out of the pistol. Rolls to throw.
He's going to have to get rid of it.
Fires back, has Jerkovic, but unable to get it to him. He was throwing off his back foot.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure there by the White Bear Lake defense. Great job. If there's not that kind of pressure, that is wide open. And that is probably going for a touchdown there.
Run it again, they never expect.
Did your coach ever do that? Run it again. This time do it right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got that call. We got that call multiple times.
That's when you're ready to get lit up and there's no chance you can do it.
You know you're going to see that one on film tomorrow. Johnson on 2nd and 10. Looks to throw, rolls right.
Good protection.
Throws back left across the field. He's got Savage. Oh, just overthrown. It would have been 6. That's what I'd like to see Micah lay out for.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some air under that one, and he had all the time in the world to throw that. It was a pretty good ball. Pretty good ball, maybe just a slightly hair overthrown, but
It's frustrating. And like when the
19 seconds, 3rd and 10. Westman in motion, handoff, Mack. Good run. Going to be a little bit short.
a little bit short of the first down. I don't think they have another timeout left.
No, they do. So they're going to stop it with 2 seconds, and I believe we're going to send
Onyewango out. This could be a
this will be about 40.
7:32, 42.
Well, the ball's spotted right on the 25.
You get 7 yards for the spot. So 32, and then another 10 for the goalpost, so 42.
Well, he's done it once before. Let's see if we can do it again. I just watched a video this week of him kicking 2 60-yard field goals with pressure in practice. So
Wow.
if he can get this one off.
Well, I mean, he absolutely drilled that one against, who was that against? Woodbury?
Anoka.
Woodbury.
And
The long field goal was against Woodbury, wasn't it?
no, that was week 2, the 45er.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was in Anoka.
Jaden. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is
Good. It looks
good.
like. Absolutely drills it.
And the Rangers will take it to half.
11-3 is your halftime score. A little bit lower scoring than I expected for this first half.
I think the Rangers open it up in the second.
I would imagine we start to see a little bit more passing. Also, the defense is going to go for broke a couple of times more, I think. Also, this White Bear Lake offense might say that, hey, if we're going to get back into this game, we're going to have to pass it. We can't just run it, and because if you take a whole third quarter to get down the field, you leave yourself no time to actually get back into the game. All right, so
I think that's going to send us to half.
yep, we are going to go to halftime, and I believe somebody is. Oh, that's a big line over there. I don't think we're looking at mini donuts at this halftime.
No shot.
No
So,
shot.
We're going to go to halftime, and we'll be back to bring you the second half here shortly.
All right.
All right, here we go. Back for the second half of the Battle for the Paddle 2025.
Battle for the Paddle is on. We are in a battle 11-3 right now currently. It is, wind is picking up a little bit. And
blowing north.
This White Bear Lake team is putting up a little bit more of a fight than we thought might happen. Oh,
Roney
could get to the edge.
coming
Roney,
all the way near side, drug down from behind. There we go.
It is. That flag came in from 35 yards away.
I'm going to call it a face mask, not a horse collar. We'll take it. Same distance.
Yeah.
So that'll set the Rangers up at about the
be like a
42.
Yeah. Jinx, personal jinx. Look at that.
So good starting field position for the Rangers. I think that's probably where we would have ended up about if he hadn't been drugged down by the shoulder pads. See what B-Scouts got planned for the offense to start the second half. Johnson sends Westman in motion. Handoff, Jerkovic up the middle, cuts back.
Oh, wow.
Nice hole, taken down, gain of 6.
Great job by the offensive line, getting a solid hole. I believe that was Xavier Lopez.
Second down
over there.
We got to get Matt going here in the second half.
Yeah.
With the lead, start running that rock.
I was correct. Number 58, Xavier Lopez. On the hole-making ability there.
Johnson. Handoff, Jerkovic, good hole. First down, Rangers, and a couple more.
They're really taking advantage of that spot in between Xavier Lopez and Jack Shilgren, two of the bigger linemen for this Force Lake Freightliners. You got the other side that's a little bit more nimble. You got number 77, Logan Speckle, who is a very high motor left tackle and does really well on the faster edge plays.
Johnson, Westman in motion. Handoff to Rago, and he's met in the backfield. Shrugs off a couple of tackles, but is going to be brought down for a loss of a few. His forward progress will mark him probably close to the 48.
And what was the name of that defensive lineman? I think it was number 8. Let me get that.
You talking for White Bear?
Yeah, Teddy St. Martin there did a solid speed rush around Jack Shilgren. And Jack Shilgren is definitely going to have the advantage when it comes to a power game. But when it comes to the speed game, Teddy St. Martin definitely got around him.
Looks like we're going to have a false start here on the Rangers. That'll back us up a little bit more. So some good plays to start the half and then shooting ourselves in the foot in the plays after. It's going to make it 2nd and 18.
I don't know. I'm going to look for a little bit of screen action to Jerkovic, I think, on this second down here.
Or a draw with Jerkovic.
Yeah.
We've run that effectively this year.
I'm going to say a screen.
Johnson sends Durago in motion, looks to pass, rolls right, throws back across the field, nearly had his first interception of the year.
Pass is incomplete.
Needed to lead his receiver a little bit more there.
He had an open man downfield, but unfortunately he just underthrew that one a little bit. Now it's going to be 3rd and long. A little bit better pass. That one is a first down for the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean the receiver had the step. He just had to lead his receiver more so he could run to it. With the way it ended up, he had to slow down a little bit, and that gave the defender a chance to jump in front of it.
There's cameras here. All you do
It's going to be 3rd and 18. Johnson works out of the pistol. Big 3rd down. Drops to pass. Pass down the sideline, incomplete. Would have only made it back to the original line of scrimmage, and the Rangers will punt to start the second half.
And that right there is Teddy St. Martin, number 8, again being really disruptive in the backfield.
Beeskow waves the punt team off and keeps the offense on 4th and 18.
This may be one of those Connor Johnson pooch kicks.
And now a timeout called.
That might have been the thing if they wanted to.
I think that's what it was, and they sent a return man deep, and that may have.
Well, White Bear may have done their due diligence, knew that Connor Johnson could do that pooch kick, had to call a timeout, so B-Scout just did that to make them burn a timeout.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
5D chess right there.
And Anyuongo is coming on to punt. So the Rangers go not quite 3 and out, but they take some time off the clock and will punt to start the second half. And now we need the Ranger wrecking crew to be amped up here and get that momentum back on our side.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking that this is where it's turnover time.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm thinking Tomakung's 5th pick of the season, maybe?
I don't know. I think we get a little strip up the middle because it's 11-3. They're not going to be passing a whole lot, I don't think, right now, because they know that they are still close and in it. Once they get down 2 touchdowns, I would expect them to pass a lot more.
Rangers get a good punt off. Taken at the 12, chased by the Rangers, brought down at the 15.
All right, so White Bear's going to be deep in their own territory. This is a spot that the Rangers defense really likes to be. They definitely tee off and
Brian White was the return man, and he got up extremely slowly. And,
that's a big blow for White Bear if he is out.
Hey, it looks like he is back in.
Amount of time.
He got up very slowly and entered the huddle, and he is back out on the field now. So the Bears going to have to drive a decent length of the field here. Ball on the 15, excuse me. Bears go to throw right away. Tomakung had that one read, but
that one was about 5 yards short.
White just standing in his way, didn't let him get back to the ball. Incomplete on first down. Now they face 2nd and long.
Second down.
Bears taking their sweet time getting set.
The other White, Byron White.
Byron White.
Byron
excuse
White?
me. I kept saying Brian. Byron White.
I don't know. That one might be weird. It might be like Bijan.
Oh, I heard him
did
say
he?
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Handoff to the other White up the middle. Howie Johnson.
That is a tackle for a loss for sure.
Wow. It is going to be listed as a tackle for a loss, but Brian White staying on his feet and rolling out of a handful of tackles there. He got smacked by Howie and was able to keep his balance. That was impressive. So now a 3rd and long for the Bears. 3rd and 11, passing situation.
And this is where the Forest Lake defensive line really makes a lot of bread and butter here. You got Schleif and Howie, and all they're looking to do is just straight get penetration.
Rangers showing blitz. They back off. Amundsen looks to run up the middle, gains 1, but that's going to bring up 4th and long for the Bears, and the punt team comes on. So the Ranger defense stands strong.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a miss by White Bear Lake there. You have a very, very mobile quarterback. Like, get him out to the edge. You're not gonna There's five Rangers right in that pocket zone, and you don't want to really run that straight through the middle.
Punt by the Bears is away. It's going to go out of bounds.
Way
very
out of bounds.
short. So
that's going to be at like the 38.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Wow.
First down Rangers at the 33. So a net punt of about 20 yards.
Yeah, that was, and I mean, that almost made the stands.
That was way out of that. That's what you call a shank.
First down, Forest Lake.
Yeah, it was, the track is very wide here. I mean, they have good runners here at White Bear Lake. They spent a lot of money for this track team. And that almost crossed the track, which is like 494 here.
Johnson handoff. Durago up the middle. He's got a hole and he's gone. See you later. Touchdown, Rangers.
All right. It's just a solid blocking scheme there up the middle. Durago, that's been his mainstay this whole season. Even while Jerkovich was out, it was Durago up the middle, and what is he at now? 4 touchdowns, I think? 4 rushing touchdowns?
I think it might be 5.
And all of them have been straight up the middle.
We'll have his touchdown total for you on the podcast that comes out next Thursday.
And remember to like and subscribe to this broadcast and all of the others. It will let you know when we are on, also when that podcast comes up. If you could, share that with all your friends just so you can see a little recap and a little look forward, so you can get an idea of what the Rangers are matching up with the following week. Anwangu.
B-Scout is out there just handing out side bumps. Getting about a foot off the ground, just happy as happy can be down there.
And I mean that's how you draw it up. Your defense gets a stop, makes it a short field for your offense. Boom, one play, bang, touchdown. Let's go and do it again. And this is how those Woodbury and Park scores got out of hand really quickly as well. It was just a defensive stop deep, short field, big play, boom, kick it off, rinse, repeat. And Anwangu to kick it off. See if he gets another touchback here.
That's a boot.
This one is going to be about 5 deep.
Bounces back. Yeah, okay, touched the end zone. That was going to be detrimental to the Bears if he had to field that. There were
good job, rules, not allowing them to run that back because he was about to get lit up. That would have been very detrimental.
All right, 7:25 left in the third.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say that we had great turnout here by both
100%.
teams.
This place is to capacity.
This is homecoming for White Bear, and those stands are full, and it's standing room only over by the concession stand.
Speed option and a great job by. It was a great job by Animasan coming out and just being patient with that pitch and picking up yardage while waiting for the Rangers to make a move. And then he took it left side and got upfield, got the 5.
Yeah, it's going to have to, if White Bear wants to stay into this game, though, they're going to have to do a little bit more than these small running plays. they are going to have to take a couple of shots at some point.
2nd and 3.
Even though that is very hard to do against this Forest Lake defense.
White Bear has a new quarterback in for this play. Handoff up the middle. Colin Christensen read it all the way. It's going to be
as
close.
well as a host of other Rangers. I don't think he got it. I think he's going to be about a yard short. It's hard to tell here with the angle.
Anima-san comes back in.
Maybe an equipment issue?
Potentially. He looked like he kind of had a bit of a gimp coming back out, but this is a huge blow to the Bears if Brian White III has to be helped off the field by his teammates.
Ooh. Yeah, he's not putting any pressure on that.
Right ankle. That is a huge personnel blow to the Bears.
I mean, he's been most of their entire offense tonight. And also returning kicks.
All right, so it looks like it'll be Easton Mills coming in to play running back in his position. Mills, a pretty good tackler on the defensive side of the ball, but now that's a whole other thing. Mac, our running back, as great as he is, he's sitting on the sideline being refreshed right now. If Brian can't come back into this game, Mills is going to be going, or Miles is going to be going both ways the rest of the game.
And he is definitely a much smaller back. Easton Mills at 5'10", 180 seems significantly smaller.
Anima-san out of the pistol. Miles to his left side. Handoff up the middle. He's going to get the first down on his first play in.
He does have a little bit of a quick burst, though.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If he plays running back anything like he plays corner, he's going to be fast and shifty. He's got great form breaking down for tackles. He's got great feet underneath him. It'll just be interesting to see how the Bears will change their style of running, having a different sort of back end now.
Yeah, those runs up the middle, I think, are going to probably go away a little bit. Maybe more of the outside speed option.
Anima-san keeps there. Probably shouldn't have done that. You run into Colin Christensen. And who else is in on that? Durago and Schleif were the three.
Yeah, I mean.
How many times have you heard those names on the tackle?
Yeah, quite a few.
The usuals in on the tackle.
Yeah, and, you know, this is one thing that Nate Schleif has really been underrated. Gets kind of overlooked a little bit just because he's on the opposite side of Howie all the time. And he is a little bit more of an undersized defensive tackle, like, because we play a 3-4, so it's kind of like a defensive end. You're on the end, but you're playing against the big tackles out there, and he's doing a great job and has done a great job for a couple of years now.
Quick pass over the middle, caught by the Bears, taken down short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1. It's a good throw there, caught by Antonio Brown, another freshman receiver for this squad. They're going to be deep at receiver for a while. They're two leading receivers right now, other than Colton Butts is a junior, but Byron White and Antonio Brown, both freshman receivers starting for the Bears. Anima-san.
Oh, big blitz.
Kept for a second, and the Ranger wrecking crew there, but they're going to say his knee went down short back behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a great job by Durago. Wow, he got right in there on that A-gap blitz.
That was a great job of Miles staying on his feet for as long as he did and facing that blitz and getting around everybody. He lunged forward. I don't know if his knee touched. That could have been a first down for the Bears, but we're happy it goes the other way for the Rangers.
It might have been his elbow because he did kind of drop and his arm hit the side, so it might have been his elbow / forearm. That's considered down too.
Anima-san on 4th and 4. Looks to throw. Has a receiver deep going there. Incomplete. Good coverage, but boy, I'd like to see Last Chat get his head around a little quicker.
Yeah, I mean, he knew that the ball was coming. He did a good job reading the defender. I mean, reading the receiver when he put his arms up. He had his arms up all the way down, and that's almost a spot where you're almost going to get pass interference just because you lose your balance and you try and catch yourself on the receiver, and a lot of times that contact actually causes the pass interference. But good job. He kept his hands up, kept his balance. That's an easy way for you to get your feet tangled, and but I definitely would have liked to see him.
Great job. Don't do it again.
Right. Hey, I found out where I got that from.
Where was that?
Major League was on last night. The old Bob Euchre.
The deuce is loose. Matt Jerkovich inside the 5. Touchdown.
Stays on his feet. Wow. That was almost going to be a horse collar tackle, but the guy missed his collar and just couldn't get a hold of him. That was a great job there by Mac Jerkovich. There was 3 guys converging on his position rather quickly, and I thought you might have said the deuce was loose a little prematurely. However,
I had to get it in before you did.
Yeah, you did. You did have to get it in a little bit before me because I beat you a couple of times. But here it is. That's exactly what we were talking about. The defense makes a solid hold. Big play right away. Boom, touchdown, points on the board. And that's how it gets out of hand. I mean, we were 11-3 8 minutes ago.
And we are 25-3 now with 2 minutes and 54 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, and I mean, and the Rangers have run, what, 4 plays? 4 plays in the second half now?
2 of them have gone for touchdowns.
2 of them have gone yard. So, well,
more than 4, because we had the first drive was a cavalcade of forward, backward, backward.
Yeah. My bad.
In the last 2 series, we've run a total of 4.
Major League was on last night.
Yeah.
And Bob Euchre, the Milwaukee Brewers great.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Late, great Bob Euchre passed this year. He was in Major League, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this. and see the old Euchre. And, it was Willie Mays Hayes out there making a Willie Mays-style catch. The coach was like, great catch, Hayes. Don't do it again.
A line drive kick almost out of the back of the end zone there for Anyuango.
All right, so
Bears will start at the 20.
We don't have numbers on the stream, but we are also still looking for the furthest person. Nobody has come up to us and said, hey, you know what? We got somebody from further than Collinsville watching. So
we got our Sioux Falls resident here in the bleachers with us tonight.
Yeah, our Sioux Falls resident watcher is live and in person.
Definitely farthest road trip to be at a Ranger game this week.
Absolutely, probably. I don't know. Maybe a grandparent or something flew in.
You never know. Confirmed person.
Non-family member Ranger.
Sure, yeah. Just strictly Ranger fan.
Yeah.
Anima-san, empty, runs a quarterback draw. And that's just not going to do the trick when you're running against this defense.
And now this defense is definitely playing downhill. They are looking.
They got their swagger back.
Yeah. I mean, you could start to see it after that first turnover on downs. I mean, they punted it, and got that really bad punt, and then just the dagger right away. Now it's really looking like they are pinning their ears back and getting in there.
Anima-san. Handoff up the middle. They're going to call Howie for unnecessary roughness. It was an option play. He hit the quarterback. That's what he's supposed to do.
There is a flag on the play.
That's all I'm going to say about that one. On to the next play.
The option was no longer an option.
Sure.
That one, yeah.
Is this a contact sport? I thought this was a contact sport.
No, that was definitely a penalty.
I'm kidding. One thing I'm noticing here, and why I think that the Bears have somewhat struggled to put a complete game together. Looking at the field, we have a handful of Bears that are down there that we know are playing both ways. But also looking at the sidelines compared to the Forest Lake sideline, there is not a whole lot of room for injuries on that sideline as far as the amount of backups that they got ready to go in compared to.
Yeah, but what you're not seeing is the whole defensive spot over there by the
Forget
TV.
everything I just said.
They are definitely trying
First
to
and
stop
10 Bears.
trying to stop Mac Jerkovich and seeing what did that guy just do to us? Oh my gosh.
Anima-san back to pass, rolls left, looks to throw, flips downfield incomplete. Howie Johnson almost had an interception.
Yeah. That was Westman on the hit. He came up from his corner position. Solid job.
And now this is what I've seen in film, is the Bears get down a little bit, they start passing, and Anima-san kind of has to start, not even necessarily by his own choice, but he's almost forced to kind of start playing hero ball with his speed and their offensive line not being up to the task of some of these other teams that they've played. And plays like that, 50% of the time, I mean, if Howie takes one more step on his way over there, it's intercepted, it's Ranger ball again.
Right, and if Anima-san throws it probably a half second to a second earlier, it's a completion.
Yeah. Drops to pass again, looks downfield, throws across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Antonio Brown. Good thing for the Bears and good thing for this game. Brian White III has come back into the game.
Well, that's a huge boost to their offense. However, it is getting to be time that
can't run the ball a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a little tough to run it and get yourself 22 points in a quarter. Which we're at 1:48 left in the third. So time is ticking down on the Bears den here.
And a long third down.
A lot of pressure.
Pass over the middle, complete.
Big hit.
Complete Antonio Brown with a very nice reception across the middle. Bring the Bears into Ranger territory and a huge gain. That was an on-time, on-position throw from Anima-san and a great catch by Brown to take the hit and hold on to it.
I think that was Brooks Roney on the hit. Solid contact and good job on the Bears receiver for hanging on to it because he got lit up a little bit.
A little bit? That might be the understatement of the night right there.
Well, yeah, you know.
1st and 10. Anima-san keeps himself into the pile of black and white. Gain of 2.
You know, I'm just not a fan of that play.
Second down.
It hasn't worked for him all night.
Right. I mean, if you're going to do that, you can give it to White up the middle, but Anima-san just on a straight draw play there. A.J. Wiley and Andrew Johnson have been just plugging up that middle A gap, and that's just not been working unless your name was White there.
White gets the call here on 2nd down, and a good run by him. Straight downfield, gain of 6.
See, now that's the play that I would expect to run in the A gap.
Sets up a 3rd and short for the Bears. With 15 seconds left in the half, the way that they've been calling plays tonight, they're not going to get one off.
Yeah, this is probably not going to get off. 5,
Looks
4,
like they are going to.
3, 2, 1, yep.
Just barely.
Just barely
Handoff to White. Howie Johnson says, I don't think so. 4th down.
And that'll go down for a tackle for a loss for another one for Howie Johnson, I believe.
Fans at the end
Yep.
of the third quarter.
So we take it to the fourth here at the Bears Den. Rangers all over them here on their homecoming night, 25-3.
25-3, and you know, your margin of victory total, like the Forest Lake hasn't put up a ton of points tonight, but they also have not given up a ton of points. So it is big for this defense to hold and not give up a touchdown here. The
shutout is unfortunately out of play.
The shutout is out of play, and like I said, you know, it's really hard to shut out a team, and to get two in a row.
Especially 3 weeks.
Yeah, two in a row was special. 3 in a row would have been insane. So it's one of those things that we hammered in the podcast about strength of schedule, the margin of victory, and your overall wins and losses. And right now, you know, Forest Lake is just playing who's on the schedule, and that's all we can do. Unfortunately, you know, Maple Grove and Minnetonka have played a little bit better opponents as far as how they're ranked. So that's why Forest Lake is still sitting at 4, I believe, behind Centennial, Maple Grove, and Minnetonka.
How will the Bears start the fourth quarter? They're going to pass. Durago and Chase. Pass caught down the sideline, out of bounds. Good hit by Westman on the sideline.
Oh, Adrian Eicher.
Yeah, that one I think Rayfield just bit up and went after the quarterback, which was, based on the way he has hurt us with his legs tonight, probably the call to make. But we saw that a lot in Pryor Lake, where they'd run that ball and our outside linebacker would have to take the quarterback and leave that receiver open.
Yep.
And it's the one play that has kind of burned the Ranger defense most of the year. That one, handoff up the middle, gains a yard. We'll see if the defense can continue their trend of the year of bend not break now that they're within the red zone.
And this has been the spot where some of those teams that are maybe down a little bit kind of shoot themselves in the foot. And Forest Lake has definitely forced the other team to cause a few penalties, either holding calls that are big or big sacks in this spot. Howie Johnson had that big sack in the Pryor Lake game where it was this position too.
Amazon looking to the end zone, incomplete, but I think they're going to call a pass interference.
Yeah.
Is that on Tomakung?
There is a flag on the play.
So that's going to be half the distance to the goal, probably. Or is it? No, isn't it 5 and then a first down? Because you don't get the yardage.
We'll see.
Pass interference.
I've tried to call this penalty 3 times this year, and I have not been right on any of the occasions. So.
Second down.
Looked like half the distance to the goal.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 2. Bears handoff. White, ball's on the ground. Oh! And recovered by the Bears.
And that
is going to be a huge loss for the Bears.
It's a huge loss, and that is what we were talking about. This Forest Lake defense is just super, super aggressive when you get into the red zone. And, I mean, everybody's slapping at balls and getting a lot of pressure. So it's tough for offenses that are kind of one-dimensional to really run on this defense, just because they can really pin their ears back. That pass was a great play. Unfortunately, they did get the pass interference on it, but it's almost good that he did interfere, because that probably would have been a touchdown. Oh, there's
Amazon throws corner incomplete. He heard the footsteps of Westman coming.
That should be a
Ineligible man downfield. So that'll back the Bears up again. I feel like you got to accept this one.
And it should have been.
Or no, they're gonna.
Yeah, and
It should have been hands to the face on the
Penalty
on the
declined
right.
by the Rangers, forces a fourth down.
The right tackle had Howie Johnson right under the neck, and you can't use your leverage on the neck and head area. So
Anima-san,
yeah, they've been pretty good about it.
timeout for Slate.
Timeout. Forest Lake.
all right, so we are at 9:57, 25-3. Your Forest Lake Rangers are in their own red zone, 4th and 12.
The Bears are in the red zone, 4th and 12.
Yeah,
Rangers
backed up
Yes.
in their
yeah,
in
correct.
their own.
I didn't hear you right.
Which is not uncommon with all the reverberation.
Correct. I hear you perfectly clear in the booth at home games, but here,
It's definitely a little experience. They could definitely use a little tuning on their audio here.
well, and it reverberates back and forth, so you hear it over here and then you hear it over there a
And then you
second
hear it
time.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I would have somebody look into that.
So we'll
All
see
right.
what the Bears draw up here on 4th and 15. I gotta believe, or 4th and 11.
Was that a charge timeout to us, or was that,
Yeah.
Okay. So now we should both have 2
Little girl,
left.
what's it feel like?
Let's see. I mean, it's definitely going to be some sort of pass. Although they have brought in a new running back. That's that defensive end that they got.
Yeah,
They run a draw.
he's probably in
pass
to
protection.
protect.
Howie. Oh! Roney almost has a pick. Howie laid the boom. Turnover on downs.
Howie doing Howie things, just going out and disrupting the pass. They bring in a special blocker just to chip Howie Johnson.
Oh, and he ran right through him.
And still gets through him. Causes the pressure. Almost interception. Brooks Roney's going to look back at that one and really...
He's going to be beating himself up
really
on
beating
film
himself
tomorrow.
up on that. But... positive note, he would have been hit and taken down at the 6. Well, you know, as far as field position goes, it's actually better that he didn't.
Rayfield,
Yeah,
down the
Rayfield,
middle.
oh!
And I think that ball may have snuck up on him. It looked
Yeah.
like it was right to him, and he didn't get his hands on it.
Yeah.
I think he was maybe expecting a bigger lob pass down the field.
Yeah,
and
I think
looked
he
up
looked
and the ball was
I think
in front
he
of him
looked
right away.
up and the ball was more on a rope, so that's kind of that layering of throws.
Yeah.
You know, that ball was
Well, and that ball has hung up there all season.
right. Like, and he has been really good at dropping it in the bucket. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're looking in the 30-degree mark for the ball, when in actuality in that one you're 15 to 20 degrees off the ground.
Mack, handoff, left side, jumps forward, gain of 5, 6 maybe. We'll set up a easier third down. Would have been much easier if Rayfield would have caught that,
Right.
shook a tackle and taken it to the house.
I mean, and you were talking about stats and stuff. Rayfield does lead Or what was he?
Leads 6A in
6A
yards
in
per reception.
yards per reception.
16.4.
16.4. And actually, if he wouldn't have got... Oh,
Mack, huge hole, lowers the shoulder, stays on his feet.
Solid work staying on your feet. And I was kind of shocked that they didn't call him down. Because
I think his knee touched.
It looked like his knee did touch on this side. The ump was on the other side. The side judge should have saw that, though. But, no, if Rayfield isn't tackled on the 1, he would be at like 17.4 yards per. Like, he's just had really bad touchdown luck.
Handoff Durago plowing forward for a gain of 6.
Because Rayfield should have had 3 touchdowns, I think. I think it's been 3 that he's been on in the under 3 yards from a touchdown.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Potentially, I believe you're correct with 3. See if the Rangers just continue to pound the rock here. It's been working this drive. I wouldn't go away from it. Johnson under center, pitch to Mack, left side. Gains a couple and a flag comes in way late.
There is a flag.
It's kind of where in the area of holding, but with how late that was, usually that's not holding.
Holding. Force leg.
Okay. It is holding.
So I'll back him up 5. I can't believe this year I feel like the flag has been getting out of the referee's pocket like 2 seconds later than normal. I don't know if they got a new style of flag or what the deal is, but it just always seems like they come in way late or false starts are getting blown dead
right
as the ball carrier's getting the ball instead of just right when the snap happens. I don't know.
Got to work on that quick draw.
Johnson puts Durago in motion.
Ooh.
Johnson wrapped up in the backfield and dropped for a big loss. I'll back him up another 5 and make it about 3rd and 20 for Forest Lake.
Yeah, that looked like Adrian.
What do you do?
29.
You
Christian
try
Humphrey.
going downfield, or do you go with a draw up the middle or a screen?
I think
I just take another minute off the clock and punt it.
I don't know. I think I would run it out wide with Jerkovich to the wide side of the field here.
Well, let's see what they do here. Durago goes in motion.
Motion the other way.
Reverse to Westman. Westman down the sideline, cuts back and is going to go out of bounds 2 yards short to the first down. Play worked like a charm. He just cut back 2 yards short. Oh.
It's
a solid play design.
I say go for it.
I mean, I would.
You got
if you go for it,
If
you go for it, you end the game here. If you make it, it's pretty much just an end to the game. This might be the pooch punt.
Johnson keeps right side, has the first down.
Yep, that'll move the chains. We haven't got to say that a lot tonight because it's been house after house. You know, we kind of got stopped on a couple of drives. A couple of drives that fell flat, but then we just get big plays. So it's been big chunk yardage, and that's why you just keep giving it to Mack because eventually he's going to hit one big.
Handoff Westman, good cutback, spin moves into the open, down the sideline, 20, stiff arm, 10. Pulled out of bounds. What looked like a space mask at the 5. But what a run by DJ Westman.
See, and that's what I was talking about. Just keep running it, and eventually you will come up with some big chunks of yards.
Thank you.
And it just happens. You'll get stopped, and then all of a sudden, boom, 50.
I think we see a heavy dose of Mac on these next 1 to 4 plays. Durago in the backfield, might go back to him. And we do. Handoff, Durago down to the 2 to 3 yard line.
That's kind of been his specialty there. A gap right up the middle. I was kind of thinking that the interior O line would be able to get a solid push there.
So a 2-point conversion from here, basically. Second and goal to go.
Looks like
from the 3.
Looks like the eye here. Durago's in the back.
Handoff,
leading,
Jurkovic.
And in.
And they're going to call him down on the 2-inch line.
He leaned over. I think that was a touchdown, personally. But
give it to him again.
We have no replay, so third down. We will. Here we go. Third down. Third and.
Just give it back to Mac.
3rd and a millimeter to go.
The width of a note card. Handoff, Durago up the middle. Touchdown, Rangers.
See, and that's what I love about the. That's what I love about this Rangers offense. You just get down there with 1st and goal. It's run until you get it. Just pound the rock.
The party poppers for the student section over there.
Popping a little smoke.
Jaden on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is good.
Yeah, that little smoke will draw the eyes of some of the field security here.
They got good wind for it tonight. They do that at the home games a decent amount, and it never really goes very far. But tonight, just hanging up there. They threw a flag for, I believe, what is going to be running into the kicker. So that will be assessed on the kickoff, and we should see one through the uprights.
Yeah.
From
I'm guessing the first lane of the track.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what the call was. I don't know if it's going to be the...
If it's the 15-yard variety, we should see the first lane of the track.
So the Rangers will be kicking off from the 45.
Honestly, if you're kicking off from the 45 here, do you do a little, one of those little alley-oop kicks, since you're so close?
Try and drop it at the
20 and hope that guy that plays defense over there is not the best of hands. I mean, you got it is 32-3, so
that's true.
But the Rangers are looking for margin of victory points. And does he get the field goal?
No.
Ooh, just missed it. Just missed it.
Out of the back of the end zone, that's a touchback, and the Bears will start from the 20 yet again tonight.
That was about 2 feet to the left. About 2 feet to the left, and just a bit low of making a field goal from there. So, if anybody's curious on his leg strength, there she be.
All right, so the Bears are going to have to be throwing. See if Tomakun can get his 5th pick of the game, or the season.
I don't know. I think they might just run a standard offense here and try not to get scored on again.
Throw Antonio Brown pulled down by Roney.
Pass is complete to number 4, Antonio Brown.
Could be wrong.
9
They are
yards.
passing. They are passing, which
Well, their normal offense, they do pass a decent amount. So to stay on just how they normally play, I could see them throwing it and then maybe just trying to get the confidence of their guys up and be able to say that they can move the ball. Because the run game has obviously not worked a whole lot tonight.
it has, just not
When it needed to.
when you need it. Or more so, it's worked in small instances where you're getting 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, where it seems like you're running, but then you get
A penalty.
a sack, a tackle for a loss. I mean, that's what these bend but don't break defenses do. You just, hey, you need to run a whole bunch of plays against us, and you need to not screw up one of them really bad. And that's what, like, if you have 5 plays and you get 2 first downs, but on the first down of play
And a
number
huge run up the middle there for Miles, I believe it was.
but on the first down of
And he
Of
is
play number
writhing in
5.
pain on the ground down there. Sorry, I keep cutting you off, but
But if you get, first down of play number 5, and then all of a sudden you get a 15-yard sack, now you're way behind what you can do. If you're going 5 yards a clip, just 5, 5, 5, and then you're behind the sticks by 15 yards. Now it's 1st and 25, or first and 20. I mean, and that's what this defense does. It just puts you in a hole. Eventually, it will get a spot where it makes a big play and makes a huge stop, and then you're sitting behind the sticks, and it's 2nd and 20.
First down.
1st and 10 now for the Bears. Miles was helped off the field. It looks like they've pulled White out. Running back in now is Hank.
Scaramuzzo?
No, 34.
Oh, 34.
Hank Stumke.
Yeah, Stumke. I did ask that one. Stumke.
Bears look to throw. High.
Oh, Tomic almost could have got another one in, and he got his head around.
Well, and a huge hit on Byron White. He
That's
went
his-
airborne for the ball, and a Ranger took his feet out from underneath him. He came down hard on his back.
Well, we hope he's okay.
Where's the replay?
He's had 2 of those big hits tonight. He came down with one of them, and that was a solid hit. That ball was a good 5 yards over his head. Tough to grab it.
So we sit with 3:13 left. It's going to be 2nd and 10 when we get started back up again.
Well, he's standing, and that's
He looks
good news.
a
And
little worse for wear, and they're going to drop a flag for it.
defenseless receiver.
Yeah, it's got to be what the flag's for.
Well, now with that, I would think that White Bear Lake is looking to put up maybe some points here. Get into Forest Lake Rangers territory, and with 3:13 left, just maybe a little bit of pride and try and put one in the end zone.
.313 left, 1st and 10. Penalty assessed. Ball now on the 37-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Not going nowhere.
All right, so we're at 3 minutes to go, and
Clock continues to wind.
White Bear Lake does not seem to be in too much of a hurry here. So,
Aniason, catch. Antonio Brown, gain of 11.
Pass is complete to number 84.
First down.
Means that's a Bears. First down.
all right. So we got 2:28 to go. This is going to be another one of those nail-biter finishes that the Forest Lake Rangers do not want to give up these points for sure. It happened last week for the to keep the shutout intact as well.
Run stretched out to the right side, out of bounds.
He did a great job. He did a great job. Hank Stumke there did a great job staying on his feet. He had three Rangers. Definitely trying to take his legs out.
Second down.
Ross Christensen for the Rangers has claimed the paddle and is
Rowing the paddle. Here we go. The battle for the paddle is looking like it is secured and retained for another year will be the paddle. And if you're curious on the story of the paddle, we go over the story of the paddle, the history, the maker, and the rivalry in the Ranger Football Report, the podcast. So if you are watching us on YouTube, you can go and check that last Ranger Football Report, and that will give you all of the history of the paddle battle, and also who has retained it for the most years.
the Bears on 3rd and 5. Handoff up the middle. Drug down way behind the line of scrimmage by the Ranger wrecking crew.
See, and there's what I was talking about. You just get in, you run those plays, you make them run a whole bunch of plays, and then you get a 5-yard tackle for a loss. This Ranger defense is in the tops of 6A as far as tackles for a loss, and Howie Johnson is definitely on the leaderboard, but these linebackers have definitely done a great job on the edge. A.J. Dagerstrom, Derek Loomis, Durago, and Aiden Waslick a couple of weeks ago. All of them have done a great job getting tackles for loss on the edge there.
White Bear on 4th down. If they're going to do something tonight, they got to do it now. Deep shot to the end zone, way incomplete. Great coverage by Tomakung.
And that'll be a turnover on downs, and 22 seconds left.
And the Rangers will take victory formation.
Give it one snap, and then it will be over. And once again, a big thanks to White Bear for allowing us to come in, and
huge thank you to Brian for coming out and filming tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I did not have to film and broadcast at the same time, and it is incredibly tough to do, to see numbers on a little LCD screen and find out anything close to what's happening. So you almost have to watch the screen and watch the game at the same time to get a number. So big thanks to White Bear Lake. Also the battle for the paddle.
It is not going back the way of White Bear since 2017, and we're happy to keep it that way.
Yeah. So big shout out to the Ranger crew here. We had a huge student section, also parents, and we traveled very well.
They stayed till the end.
They stayed till the end, and these bleachers were full. They say they hold about 1,500 on this side. It was 2,000 on the other side, 1,500 on this side, and
A lot of standing room only.
there was a lot of people here tonight. I'm gonna go with the over 2,000 number for sure. For sure, because they're definitely standing room only, and hopefully everybody gets to stay standing.
Joel, you're
My over/under number was a bit off.
how about your, what were we calling it? The Next Man Up Award? Do you got one this
Next
week?
Man Up Award, I really don't have one tonight because the Next Man Up, starters played through the whole game. So I am gonna give a Player of the Week. We'll each give a Player of the Week, since I didn't really see a Next Man Up because there wasn't really many non-starters playing today. So, Player of the Game
For you, shoot.
Player of the game, I'm gonna give it to my guys in the middle. My guys in the middle, the O-line in the middle. That will be Xavier Lopez, Tristan Bodine in the A gap were solid tonight. Also Jack Shilgren did a good job on the edge. So I'm going to give it to the Forest Lake Freightliners, my players of the game. Forest Lake Freightliners, they made a lot of big holes. Clearly, I could give it to Mac Jerkovich, who was amazing again. Durago had a touchdown. Westman had a big run. So I'm gonna say Forest Lake Freightliners. We got Logan Speckle. We got Javier Lopez. Xavier. I always say Javier. Xavier Lopez. Jack Shilgren. Tristan Bodine. And I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
Brian.
You know what? I'm blanking who I'm missing. But anyways, Forest Lake Freightliners. Forest Lake Freightliners is definitely my pick on the players of the game. And Noah, who you got?
Oh, I should have been thinking about this one better throughout, honestly. Tonight, it's hard to pick a player of the game because it was such a team effort game. We just played well in all phases.
Yeah, I mean, I cheated. I picked the offensive line as players of the game because
I want to give this one just if I could, I'd give everybody a game ball tonight because there wasn't many mistakes, honestly. I mean, there were a couple of penalties that we didn't need, but for the most part, everybody that suited up for the Rangers and got some playing time tonight did their job. And I mean, Durago obviously with the 2 touchdowns is huge. We called Christensen and all of the usuals many times tonight. So obviously we're giving game balls to them, but tonight was a very good, especially in the first half. White Bear had a decent scheme. They came out and they made it tough at the very beginning.
Yeah.
They played us tough, and they didn't back down. And though they were played tough, we played just as hard back against them. It went both ways. Mm-hmm. And I think that right there is just a testament to how well this team is coming along this season.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're seeing this team come more and more into their prime as the year goes on.
Yep.
And I think it's going to
pay
huge dividends.
You know, the biggest thing is how he had a great game again. He had a number of tackles for a loss. He had a sack. If they count that as a sack and not an option play, so that could go as a tackle for a loss or a sack. Howie had a great game. Nate Schleif had a great game. Durago playing both ways had a solid stop. Westman had a great run. Just a huge team effort. And one thing that I can say is the energy that they came out. This defense just pushes energy into this team, because when they had those big stops, when they were down here just out of the third quarter, had those big stops deep in their territory. We got the ball at the 32, and then we got the ball at the 40. And the second we did both of those, like, it was score, score, score. So this offense definitely feeds off of the defense getting big stops, and it definitely pumps up the team. The coaches get really aggressive on play calls, and guys like Jerkovic and Durago, both of them are looking for the knockout punch, and that's what they're doing. Hey, defense has got them on the ropes, guys. Here we go. They're on the ropes, and then here comes the big uppercut, and Jerkovic takes it to the house. Westman goes deep for 50-some yards, gets tackled on the 3. Durago goes up the middle, just straight up the middle on a 30-yard run. All of those things are just – this team is a solid team, and we've said this before. This is the best Forest Lake program that we've seen. We're really looking for a lot of noise to be made late run in the playoffs. We have the margin of victories, so we are pretty much, no matter how the final games stack up, which you had mentioned earlier that a couple of games coming up, Stillwater just lost their quarterback. So we're running into some teams now, and late in the season, and knock on wood, there is none in the stands here, but knock on wood, this Forest Lake Rangers defense and offense is pretty much fully intact right now. Also, we have a kicking game that
Haven't had that in years.
Haven't had that. I mean, we haven't had anything close to that. A couple of years ago, we had the Italian kicker. I can't remember his name. But he could drill it. He was a soccer player, came over, and he could drill it. But nothing like Anwangu here. He is just amazing. And if he doesn't get D1 offers, I would be shocked.
Yeah. Well, to close next week, our home season, we'll be playing Eastridge at home. Be a big matchup. Stay tuned for the podcast on that one. We'll get you the pregame show for
final home game.
Final home game. Get out there. Let's set some attendance records, and then we're on the road for 2 more. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring both of those to you here on Lakes Area TV. But
we'll see. Hopefully they allow us to come in just like White Bear did. Once again, big thanks to White Bear. It was a little bit tougher. It's always a little tougher from the stands because you get distracted by people walking through and conversations. You don't know if they get picked up on the mic or not, and things like that. So it's a little bit tougher here in the stands, but hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And I'm Joel Geist.
Noah Casa, have a great weekend, everybody, and we will see you next Friday.
Skull Vikings.
Skull Rangers.